Okay, I don't know how to start, so let's just get going. Hey y'all, welcome back to the video. Today has been a wonderful weather day. Now I was stuck inside at work all day, but when I got home and after we ate dinner, bet I was like, let's go for a walk, and it felt so good outside. It was not too cold, it was not too warm, and I just feel these joyful spring vibes running through my body right now. So what a better time to go ahead and give you guys an update on my fitness journey. With all my videos, in order to keep my brain kind of going in the right direction and not squirreling off too much, I like to follow 3 pillars of my fitness journey. Those are education, self-care, and movement. Let's go ahead and jump into the first one, which is education. This month, I decided on a topic, and that topic is motivation. Why are we or are we not motivated to do anything? There's, I think, a lot of things that can stop you from being motivated, like being tired or sad or not having any faith in the results, not sure where to start, decision paralysis, not enough self-esteem. Maybe you don't love yourself enough. I know a big one for me is FOMO. I'm just always afraid that I'm missing out on something. I see a food ad and I'm like, I want to try that. I don't need to try that, but I'm afraid that I'm never going to get a chance to try that double, triple, Whopper Baconator McDouble that just came out, and only for a limited time. I don't know, I think the list could go on and on the reasons / excuses on why we're not motivated. So I thought, why not kind of dig into that? What is motivation, and what are some things to think about when you're talking to yourself about being motivated to get up and go to the gym, or be motivated to have a healthy meal, or be motivated to take a little time off for yourself for a little self-care. And the question hit me, why is it so damn hard to stay motivated? And what I came up with is that most of the time motivation is driven directly from people having fun or getting a reward. And ultimately, it seems as if play is the strongest motivator, like even over financial rewards sometimes. So if that's the case, then why aren't we picking activities that bring us the most joy? Doing the right activities for you, I guess. What are the things that get you going? So if play is the strongest motivator, then it's fair to say that possibly motivation can be cultivated by choosing the right activities for you, not the right activities for that Instagram model, or the right activities for that fitness guru, or the right activities for that celebrity. You know, it's choosing the right activities for you to reach the goals that you're trying to reach. And since this is my fitness journey, I guess the big question is why do you want to lose weight? Why do you want to be fit? That's the question, and then you can kind of mold the activities that are right for you around that question. And is the answer the right answer? Is there a right answer? I don't know. I am not a psychologist or a doctor or anything, but is it because you want to lose weight? Or is it generally because you want to feel better? I think sometimes we get a little caught up in the numbers of weight loss and the pounds that we may or may not see come off, or the inches that we may or may not see come off. And that is one hell of a motivation killer. So maybe we flip the script and talk about feeling better. That's easier. It's definitely more gentle on you to ask yourself whether or not you feel good right now, and maybe take baby steps on moving in the direction of feeling better, feeling healthier. That's going to resonate with you because it's the way you feel, and the way you feel is incredibly important. We have the power, and as soon as we keep feeling shitty because of everything that's happening around us that we can't control, well, we've given it away. So we need to bring it back in, rein it back in, keep our own personal power, remember that it's important to feel good, and start to really go inside yourself and ask those big questions on what is it that will make me feel good. You know, there's all different types of ways to get to your end result. I was just thinking that maybe one way to start is to just imagine the end result. What does it look like in the end? And then you can kind of work back through what obstacles you could potentially hit. What obstacles have you hit in the past? I know that we're not doing this for the first time, or for the 16th time, or for the 250th time for some of us, trying to lose weight or get healthier or stay motivated to take care of ourselves. So you can think back through some of those obstacles and realize they could be in your way. Come up with a few scenarios on how to hurdle them, and it could very much be a key to help push your motivation through to the next level. And also trying to avoid the what the hell effect. And that's basically when you're like, what the hell? I've already messed up. What the hell? Might as well, I already had a piece of child's birthday cake, might as well eat 3 more pieces. What the hell? Not saying that you should beat yourself up over mistakes, just saying trying to avoid the what the hell effect, trying to hold yourself accountable and responsible for, hey, it happened. Also making sure that you're choosing the moments that you want that to happen. Choosing moments that you're going to say, I'm going to have the donut and I'm not going to beat myself up over it for the next few days. That's not healthy either. At the end of the day, we all make mistakes. We have to practice not beating ourselves up over it to make sure that we're continuing to love ourselves and pay attention to how we feel and pick those moments wisely. And when you do it with love and joy. In my research, I learned that motivation can be described as a cycle. And what most people misunderstand is that you think that you're waiting for the motivation to hit and then you take action. But in most cases, it's been proven that action comes first. Motivation almost rarely comes first. It's action, reward, then motivation to more action. It seems simple, right? But there's like a brain chemical dopamine release that happens in there too that kind of pushes that cycle along. So if you start with the action, you get your reward, your little dopamine release or a reward that you give yourself, which brings on more motivation to do that again, and you take more action. That dopamine release as the reward can motivate behavior or more action, but that can also be good behavior or bad behavior. We don't get up in the morning rip-raring ready to go to the gym, ever. It's the action of going. And once you're there, you've hit your goal for the day. I've went. You get a little dopamine release in your brain. That's your reward. Super happy about the thing that you just did, motivates you to do it again. That's the cycle. And we just have to change our perspective of thinking that we have to feel like doing it first. And very often, just get up and do it. Make that cycle work for you. Action, reward, motivation, more action. It's worth a shot. So what would it look like putting that cycle into practice? You stay motivated by making those habitual actions, making those little actions a habit. Action, reward, motivation. And it could be something as small as, I'm gonna have a glass of water, and you do it, and your brain goes, bing, you did the thing that you said you would do. Reward yourself with something as little as self-appreciation for getting it done, for drinking the whole glass of water, for stepping back and being like, you know what, if I didn't do anything else today, I made my god dang bed. And it looks great. And when you crawl into it later on, you're gonna feel great. The point is to congratulate yourself on the little win. But I caution you to make sure that those rewards are internal, really, to start. They're internal, they're not external. You're appreciating yourself for the little win that you have. You're congratulating yourself for the little win. And you're really taking time to appreciate it, even the small tasks. You're like, damn, I drank that glass of water. Hard AF. It was cold too. It was nice. You don't have to like say, oh, good job, you, but you could just really take a moment, just appreciate it, just enjoy it, and be very aware of rewarding yourself with things that you know are going to kill that motivational cycle for you, like eating candy or people pleasing or things that don't always make you feel great. This is going to be an internal reward of appreciation. And when the goals get bigger and the action steps get bigger, then the rewards can get bigger. In my personal opinion, I think the biggest motivational killer is all the wild distractibles we have around us all of the time. And I'm talking smartphones, TVs, tablets, YouTube, pleasure eating, shopping, social media, gaming, like all of these little distractibles that we have so much access to these days. And I'm not villainizing it. I'm not saying never do these things or that if you do these things that they're bad. I'm just acknowledging them as motivation killers. So maybe just use them as a reward for a task. The problem is that sometimes we're accidentally rewarding ourselves for doing nothing. So your reward is, I'm going to binge watch some of The Crown. So maybe just use them as a reward for a task after you take the action. Then get the reward. Do the workout, then binge watch The Crown. Sitting around all day watching TV and playing video games is really rewarding your brain for inactivity. And it will only decrease your motivation to go to the gym or take a walk or make your bed. So what are some of the steps you can do? Well, very first thing is change your perspective. I know it's easier said than done, but it won't hurt to try. So for example, what do you have to do? You have to do the dishes. Well, you could whine and complain about doing the dishes. You're gonna do them anyway. I hate doing the dishes. They stink, they're gross, they're slimy. You could come at your task with that perspective, or shift your perspective to the task being done. Maybe you don't like doing the dishes, but doesn't it feel really great when they're done and they're not in the sink? Doesn't it, so wow, you know what? I really love it when I don't have any dirty dishes in the sink. I really appreciate a clean space. It makes my brain feel better when the space is clear. You can complain about it, do it anyway, or you can shift your perspective, help boost your brain mood, and focus on the result, not the task, and get it done. That's a simplified example, but I think you get the picture. Sometimes increasing motivation is just about a change in perspective and a little imagination. Imagine the end result and how good it's gonna feel when you're there. That little tiny squidge of dopamine release before the task could also help keep you motivated and make that motivation cycle even stronger. In the long run, the more negatively you look at your goals, the less likely you are to start. And starting is the first step in the motivation cycle. And it's the only way to get closer to your goals. Talk yourself up, not down. And to all those people around you saying that you can't, fuck them. And if no one's told you yet today, you're doing a really good job, and I believe in you. And if you're looking around thinking that no one has your back, I promise you, the more you look for that validation externally, the more you're gonna find evidence to prove that no one has your back. And it's true for the opposite. The more you search for evidence of your personal happiness, the more evidence you're gonna find of your personal happiness. And that's the path we all should be taking. It'd be great if you guys shared any of your comments on motivation or what you think motivation killers are, if they're things that I left out, suggestions that you have that keep you motivated. What's your why? I'd like to know. Go ahead and put it in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more of my journey. So now we're gonna move on to self-care. This month's self-care has been personally challenging, as it has this month of my self-care has been me taking some much needed mental time to really think about my career and work and why I'm so unhappy there. My work is challenging and busy. I think I would go crazy if I wasn't busy all day long. But it's also very stressful and not at all rewarding. The company is good, the pay is great, my customer is crazy, but it's the same thing day in and day out. And I'm 100% sure that that is never going to change. And there is absolutely nowhere to go from where I am right now. And all of these things have me starting and ending my day with a bad attitude. I want to enjoy my work, and I look around and I can tell other people in the company are incredibly fulfilled with what they do. So I've been taking some time to really go inside for the answers. Should I leave? Should I change my perspective on the day-to-day and keep going? Where do I see myself in 5 years? And what would I do if I left? Would I just be doing the same thing somewhere else? Or do I switch and do something incredibly different? I have made this my self-care this month because, to be honest, the self-reflection is amazing, and I don't really know what all the answers are just yet, but I'm working on it. I do know that I don't want to sit behind a desk for 8 to 9 hours a day. But I also know that I love customer service for the right reasons, making sure the customers get what they need and the service that they deserve. Can I find something that does both? All right, on to the next. Okay, the last and final pillar is movement. And I have been going to the gym. To some, that might not seem like a huge step. Like, you can work out anywhere, right? Going does make me feel more apt to put in the work. It does make me feel more motivated to work a little bit harder. Also, there's that incredible reward of a chair massage at the end. I don't know how many people out there feel the same way I do, and just a little bit guilty about going out and doing something just for yourself. I don't know where it comes from. I just know that it's real. Maybe it's from a 6-year-old who gets sad when I leave without her and she can't go to the gym with me. That certainly doesn't help. I want to make it very clear. No one is making me feel this way, but when I do leave, there's some sense that makes me feel like I'm sacrificing something. But I do know that I'm worthy of the time and the space to do something just for myself, and I'm working on it. It'll get easier. But that aside, I do have a goal of going 2 or 3 times a week, getting my metabolic workout in, taking a few minutes to stretch. And I have been doing the same workout as I discussed in my last video, and the only way to get to the next level, I think, is just to keep doing it. But I know I will have to change it up soon, so I don't know if you have any suggestions on what the next set would be. I don't know how to change it up next time. I like to get through 4 sets before I do change it up, but it would be interesting to hear what your thoughts are on what my next set of resistance training should be. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to keep supporting you to keep going. And the very last thing is to put up my stats. This is where I was before. And this is where I am now. And that's where we are on, I believe this is month 3 update. So don't forget to subscribe if you want to see the next one, and I will see you later. Bye. First, motivation comes after the action, not before it. Say that, but with charisma. So in my personal opinion, don't jump up in the morning every day and say, I'm motivated to go to the gym. That was dumb. Oh, I keep touching the thing. Okay. While we think we are waiting for motivation to take action, what we should really be doing is take the action first. Then the motivation to act in the future is, what the fuck am I saying? Let's just say that again.